Your final author of the evening is a best-selling young adult author. He is best known for his Monster Girl series of books. Ashton Kutcher once described the Monster Girl books as Twilight for nerd dudes. Here to read passages from the last two books of the last trilogy of the quadrilogy of trilogies, which I which I'm pretty sure is just the 11th and 12th book uh, that make up the Monster Girl series. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Stacey Mudget IV.
Hello. My name is Stacey Mudget the Fourth. I'm a known writer, author. I'm going to read from the two books, the last two books that I wrote from the Monster Girls series. It's a critically acclaimed series that I wrote. Maybe you've heard of it. These will probably be the last two books that I write. Okay. So this is from book 11, Ghost Girl. This is from chapter 39. Gideon had forgotten how intense laser tag was. The plastic gun vibrated each time you were tagged, making the whole thing seem so real. Gideon's senses were on overload. The black lights were making everything look real cool. And the fog machines were making his throat all scratchy and stuff. Gideon knew this was no time to get distracted because this was the laser tag championship. For 6 hours, local teens had competed to see who the best player was. For the last 5 years, it was the same girl who won, Angelica Solman. The weird thing is, though, no one ever saw Angelica except once a year at the laser tag championships. Gideon knew that if he wanted to keep the sport of laser tag clean in his town, he needed to get to the bottom of this mysterious winning streak. Here Gideon was in the final match against the reigning champ, Angelica Solman. He used the constant audio loop of top 40 hits to his advantage. Stepping to the beat, he masked the clatter of footsteps. He searched the entire course, but it was as if she had disappeared. Finally, Gideon spotted Angelica. Recognizing a familiar song, he made his approach, matching his steps using the chorus from Sorry Not Sorry by Demi Lovato to silently dash up to Angelica. For a moment, Gideon noticed how Angelica had a pretty glow to her in the black light. He raised his laser blaster up, aimed, and fired. Gideon watched the laser beam travel through the fog. Then he watched the laser beam travel through Angelica. "You can't win," she said, turning to Gideon. "So that's how you won every year." "You're a ghost girl," he replied. "That's right, Gideon, I'm a ghost girl." "I'm a ghost girl, that's why no one likes me," Angelica replied. "I think I like you," said Gideon. Just then, some older kids watching from kind of over on the side started to make fun of Angelica. Brad, the biggest one, threw his soda at her and yelled, "You're ugly, ghost girl." Gideon balled up his fist and turned to Brad. "Don't do it, Gideon," Angelica begged. "You made it all the way to the end of this tournament. The only reason I am here is because I'm a ghost, and it is easy for me to get to the end of the tournament because I can't be shot. But you had to be really smart and have good tactics. Your fighting tactics are probably so good that if you did fight Brad, you would really hurt him." You're probably right. I shouldn't fight him right now, Gideon said in agreement. Angelica took Gideon's hand and led him to the back of the laser tag course. They went through a door into another secret area that looked like it was under construction and stuff. I've been waiting a long time to meet someone special who wouldn't mind that I was a ghost and see me as a girl, Angelica said. I'm not going to lie, this whole thing is kind of spooky, Gideon said. I hope it isn't too scary for you, Angelica said, while ghost walking out the front of her clothes to be naked now. I ain't afraid of no ghost, Gideon said. This last passage is from the... Oh, I probably should have read that. Ghost reveal. Shit. It's fine. You guys probably won't buy the book. So this last passage is from the last book entitled Love Curse. It's pretty much the culmination of Gideon's entire character development. I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. This is from Book 12, Love Curse, Chapter 78. Gideon rode his bicycle up to the tent of the gypsy woman. For years he had heard that she could not only read your future, but see the truth of your heart, which is exactly what Gideon needed right now. Gideon entered the gypsy tent as she was changing. She didn't really cover up her boobs or anything from Gideon because she could tell that he'd be cool about it and had probably seen a bunch. At the table they sat. The gypsy pricked his finger and tasted a single drop of blood. I see your thoughts, the gypsy said. Gideon's thoughts were only about his recent girlfriend, Megan. You're confused about this Megan. She is arguably plain compared to the other girls you have been with recently, the gypsy whispered. Yes, I don't know what it is about her, Gideon replied. She is nowhere near as hot as the last girls I've been with. But you know she is the perfect one, the gypsy said, her eyes rolling up into her head as she entered a gypsy trance. She began to see deep into Gideon's heart, revealing one by one all the things he loves about Megan. She owns all the Highlander movies and knows which ones aren't technically part of franchise canon. She is not taller than you. Also, she possesses your ideal female body type right now, which is post-eating disorder thick Demi Lovato, the gypsy whispered. She looks good. I'm staying by that one. She looks good. Goosebumps. Gideon felt goosebumps cover his body. How could she see inside me so well, he wondered. This sounds bad, but even with all those things, I think I could still do better than Megan, Gideon said. Of course you do, the gypsy replied. You're a man of action. Just this year, you have not only acquired a green belt in Taekwondo, but you also won the laser tag championship. It is natural that you would think that greater things lie ahead of you. But this girl isn't that different from the ones before her. I know. It's like she isn't anywhere near the hottest girl in school like the last ones, but I still feel the same excitement I did when I learned that a girl was a monster. It's like I'm only into cursed women. The gypsy laughed, but this girl does carry a curse that only you can understand. In fact, her curse is the very reason that you are with her. I don't understand, said Gideon. This Megan, the gypsy said. She has a very stern brow, but nice eyes. Her nose is unlike any you have ever seen, but she has wonderful skin. She has a small gap in her front teeth. Her hair is always kind of messed up. Don't you see her curse? She is cursed with being unconventionally pretty. Gideon almost fell out of his chair. Oh my God, it never occurred to me. The gypsy smiled, but you are the only one for her, you better of monsters. You're the only one with the heart brave enough to see past Megan's unconventional beauty and see who she really is. Thank you. I've been Stacey Mudget the Fourth.